What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. Today I have an announcement to make. I'm changing my 2021 setup. Before we start, just wanted to let you guys know that all of the products that I'll be using today in this video will be linked in the description box down below. So if you're interested in any of those items, just check the box down below. Let's get started. Here it's my old setup. This one is from Travelers Company. It is in their regular size in the color camel. I'm keeping this cover. Really the only thing that I'm changing my setup, it is how I'm going to be using the inserts. For this old setup, I used to only use one insert per month to keep everything in this insert, including planner and daily journal, and that's what I'm changing. I will no longer be using just one insert for everything. If you're curious at all about how I used to set up my traveler's notebook, I do have a setup video, so I'll link it above here on the screen so you can check it out later. Let me put this aside. If you're new to the Traveler's Notebook system, just to explain really quick how the system works, very customizable. Pretty much with the Traveler's Notebook system, all that it requires is for you to have some sort of a cover, some elastic bands that you can actually included your refills here. It's very popular for the Traveler's Notebook system to be some sort of leather cover, but it doesn't have to. There's so many different companies that sell Traveler's Notebook, different materials. I just so happen to really like the original company that created the system, which is Travelers Company. Absolutely love their leather cover. The leather quality is just so good, and I love the idea that there's not a lot of knots. As you can see here, the spine, there's no knots on the outside or inside. Literally the only knot that you see, it's from this elastic band that's going to be closing the cover. And the reason being is because they have this metal embellishment that keep everything together here. And they also have a bookmark. Now there's two elastic bands here. The smaller one is not going to be used for anything. It's just to keep everything together. The main elastic band that you're going to be using is the longer one, and you have this bookmark. I love the fact that you can actually, customize it and add some charms and things like that. Keeping this. Now for the inserts that I'll be using for 2021, here it's when things change. Before, like I mentioned, I used to use one insert, and here I included everything, plan and journal. Now I'm separating. For the daily journal, I'm still using the same insert, the 003. This is the blank insert with MD paper. It has 64 pages. It's also from Travelers Company. Let me open here for you. Let me just remove this here. And as you can see here, it's just a blank paper, and it has this inside cover with the Travelers Company logo right here. On the back as well, it has the Travelers Company logo. This one is a staple, which I love it, so that way you can actually customize it. If you need to remove some pages or add it. This is for my daily journal. Now for my planner, I'm going to be using their weekly memo. This is their horizontal setup. This is where it's changing, because before, like I mentioned, I used to put everything in one insert, and I used to manually draw the lines to separate the days of the week for my planner portion. I won't be doing that anymore. So let me just show you how this looks like. This is just a guide, and it has on the back all the accessories that Travelers Company sells, including all of the leather covers. They also included some stickers, which is pretty cute. So as you can see, you have a light blue and a dark blue. The light blue is the first 6 months of the year, so from January through June. Second insert is from the last 6 months, from July through December. Whole year is going to be split into two different inserts. Let me show you how it looks like inside. So here's the front cover. It's very similar to the 003. Now when you flip to the next page, you're gonna have a yearly calendar. I can see myself actually using this to track habits. I really believe in the idea of not breaking the chain, so I like those little monthly calendars here, so I can use that to check every single day that I'm actually keeping up with my habits. So that's what I'm gonna probably be using this for. Now when you flip over, the next few pages are going to be for this monthly log. If you've watched any of my previous videos, you know that I used to have a monthly calendar that looked like this. To be quite frankly, I didn't use it for anything. Like, I used to keep track of birthdays, trips, or any events, but I didn't find myself going back to that calendar because I actually have a Google Calendar where I keep track of my tasks and things like that, and everything really. That's definitely not something that I'll be using. Here's what I'm planning on using those pages for. As you can see here, it has the entire year. What I'm gonna actually be using those pages is covering up those pages and using those pages for my goals. And then once you're done with those pages here for the monthly log, then you have the weekly planner. And the days start in December, which is kind of weird, but I get it. I guess some people might need this. I won't, so this is probably gonna be blank for me. I'm super excited about this, and I don't have to actually manually create the logs. It is done for me. Only other thing here that I noticed that is different, at the end they have a departure card, so you can put your information. I'm definitely not gonna be using that, but yeah. And the second one is very similar. The only really difference is that this one starts in July, so it doesn't have it the entire year, so I'm gonna have less pages to work with here. But then I noticed that the second one, it has some extra blank pages, which that first one doesn't have it. So there you go. And then to finalize, I bought some of the connecting rubber bands, and this is the 021. Alright, so those are just elastic bands, and it comes in 2 blacks and 2 browns. I'm gonna be using a brown one just to match with my over. Alright, let me put this aside. And the whole idea before, I like the fact of my old setup because I could have everything in one place, right? Planner and journal. I've always tried to avoid buying the planner portion from Travelers Company because I didn't want to carry 2 separate journals. But this is when the Travelers Notebook system makes it super easy for you, because actually with the bands, you can edit everything and still be under the same cover, and technically is under one journal. So let me show you how I'm going to be using. Let me put this one aside because I'm actually only gonna be using one of those at a time. Once, you know, I finish June, then I'll switch it up. If you have one insert, all you have to do is just slide this under the elastic and you are golden. You're good to go, right? But if you have 2 inserts, what you're gonna do is get one of those bands and you're gonna add the band into the center of the insert. And then you're gonna get the second insert that you want to use. And I'm gonna actually include this in the front. So let's go ahead and find the center. And by the way, this one is stitched, if you're curious. So once I find the center, all that you have to do is slide the second insert also in the rubber band, like so. All right, so now you have 2 inserts being held by this rubber band. Okay, so now all that you're gonna do is slide those 2 right here. And there you go. I'm carrying just one journal around. It's just, you know, divided between 2 different inserts. Pretty much it for my setup. So enough with the technicalities. Now I'm going to be showing you guys how I'm going to be decorating both of my inserts. Of course, I'm gonna remove them here, and yeah, let's go ahead and get started on that.
Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this new setup. Let me know in the comments down below which setup do you prefer. Do you still prefer the old one, or are you excited for this new setup? And what type of setup you currently have? Is it something similar to mine, either the old one or the new one, or is it something completely different? I'm always curious to see what everybody else is doing with their planners or journals. So leave a comment down below and let me know. I hope you enjoyed this new setup. I'm excited. I'll keep you guys updated on how I like. I really enjoy my old setup still. I just wanted to switch things up a little bit. Sometimes it's good to change things up. It excites you more. And I'm hoping that with this new setup, I'll be more excited to come back to my journal and my planner every single day. So yeah, I think I talked too much already in this video. I'm gonna leave you guys with just some calming music so you can, just relax and maybe journal along with me. I'll be showing you the process of me decorating both of my covers today, as well as a couple of different pages inside of my planner, as well as in my journal. So enjoy. If you stick this far in this video, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the rest of the video. And don't forget, we are going to have our next video on Sunday. If you haven't noticed on the channel banner, I changed the schedule, the uploading schedule for my channel. So moving forward, I'll be uploading on Sundays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So, all right, I'll see you on Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now. you.